seen this in grade 11. Do you remember amortization tables? Yeah. I hope so. I will not start with a full-blown, completely empty one. I will not start there. I usually do. I will ask you to go to 39 and I will actually ask you to take this table right here. We're going to fill in some of these numbers. Before I fill this in, I want you to know that the monthly payment always stays the same. Okay? When you calculate your monthly payment for a loan, it always stays the same. But when you have a partially filled in table, so let's say I give you this one, 8333, and I give you this one, 1004.05. Let's pretend like this is the first month worth of payment. Okay? Remember, every single payment is made up of interest and principal. Okay? So interest and principal. So how could I find out my monthly payment if I just looked at these two? What would I do to fill in this cell? What would I do with these two values? Subtract or add? These two make up my payment. Add. Okay? So I will tell you that to do this one, we go I plus P. Can you see that? I think you can. Yeah. Interest, I call this lowercase I, and I call this lowercase p. So every payment is always made up of these two. So let's add them up. That is 1,087.38. And this kind of unlocks something. You can now, once you have your payment, you can fill in the rest of these cells and you know they're all going to be the same. Okay, so we basically added 8333 and this together, and then we had this, and therefore all of these will be the same. Every single month stays the same. But it all started right here. Okay. To get this cell, okay guys, to get this cell, if this had been blank, what would I have done with these two to get that one? Subtract. Okay. So to get the interest here, we simply go payment minus principal. So to get this one, we take the payment, we subtract the principal from it, we get this. And to get principal, we will just go payment minus interest, right? If you take your payment, you take the interest away, you're left with this. So to get the principal, we would go payment minus lowercase I. Okay. Hopefully you catch how this works. If not, don't worry about it. We'll do enough of these. Now, once the bank takes off the interest from the payment, you're left with the principal. The principal is what we use to subtract from what we owe the bank, called unpaid balance, right? So basically you will subtract like this. You go this minus that, show the work as I show you there. So you go 12,500 minus 1,004.05. and your new unpaid balance is 11,495.95. Okay? That's month number one. Month number one, payment. This goes out from your checking account. The bank says, thank you very much. We'll take our 83.33. The rest, they will take away from what you owe them. And now this will repeat itself. It repeats itself all over again. Let's fill in some of these blanks. So I'll pretend, let's do some filling in here. So this is 10/10/74. Oh, no, sorry, I looked at, no, it's the right one. Okay, phew. Let's fill in this one right here. 9,467.73. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, this is a bit of a puzzle. There's a bit of a puzzle, right? Do you notice the blanks there? This is the most likely scenario that you're going to encounter on a provincial exam. It's going to be partially filled in, and you just need to know, what do I do with these numbers to figure out what's missing? Okay? So I will tell you this. These three are very much related. Okay, these three. If you have any two, you can find the third one right there. So if this is missing, let's say, we would just go, I will actually show the work here. I'll go 1,087.38 minus the interest. Let's subtract that, and that's when we get our big number that actually goes in here. So 1,087.38 minus 10/10/74. 76.64 is that number right there. Does it make sense that the interest is less on our second month payment? And the answer should be yes, it does, because when the second payment comes along, you owe a little bit less than what you did at the very beginning. So this number for your interest should gradually go down, but the principal should gradually go up. Okay, that's something that you should be observing. So this should go down, this should go up. What about my monthly payment? Same. What about your unpaid balance? Hopefully it goes down, right? You're paying it off. Yeah, go ahead. Let's fill in the rest. What do we do on this column here? We go minus 10/10/74. We take away the principal. And I'm going to go do that. 11,495.95 minus 10/10/74. That is 10,485.21. When you fill in one of these, you do not have to show the minus or plus. You don't have to show the work. You just have to have a number in there. What about the last one? How would you do the last one? These are two blanks. Yeah.
Subtract the recent unpaid balance to the last one.
Subtract these two and get that? Yes. Do you agree with Adam? Subtract these two, you'll get that. Because this number is what brings one number down to the next, right? It's always this one is determined by these two. So yes, that's something I'm just gonna tell you. I can't give you a formula for it because it's gonna mess everything up here that we have, right? So I'm just gonna show you the work. To get this, we just go, how about this? I'll show you this. I'll subtract these two. Let's subtract that. So 10,485.21 minus 9467.73. That is 1,017.48. So this number is what I put in here, 1,017.48, which is what I would like to see. I would like it to go up. Okay. And now that I have my principal, I take that away from the payment to figure out the interest. Okay, so I'm going to show this here, 1,087.38 minus 10,17.48. 69.90, yeah. 69.90. So I think I'm going to highlight this one because it's kind of outside of our work area. But that's how I came up with that. And that unfolded, that was like a chain reaction for the rest. Okay. Can you try question 3? See if you know how to do that one. Try question 3 right underneath. Go ahead. Try filling in that one there. See how that goes for you. And I'll take this back before we go home. Oh. Copy this onto page 40 and fill in the blanks. You may have to start at a different month. It may not be month 1. There's something that can unlock something for you. Okay? What I will do is I will highlight the ones that I was given, or else you won't know how did this whole thing start. Okay, and then you fill in the rest. Okay. If you don't want to see the answers, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Okay. Yeah. That's the one. So the key was down on the 3rd month. You wanted to add. You want to add principal and interest to get that, which fills in all of these. Okay? And so, and to solve for this row, which is very empty, you subtract both of these unpaid balances to get the principal, then you go payment minus principal to get that. I'll do more tomorrow, so don't despair. I just wanted you to have seen it already.